in this program. So, welcome to this financial markets elevation program, which I have designed. I thought it's important to deliver this kind of a session to students because I have seen students go through two kinds of problems. Okay, first problem is that students are very good. They want to get up to a certain level. I call it leadership level, but they don't have sufficient direction, or they do not have a mentor to actually help them in this journey. Okay. The second kind of problem that I will address through this session is a lot of students are lost. They don't know what to do. Okay. They have come and they have enrolled themselves in MBA finance classes or MBA, or they are doing a job, but they still don't, they are not oriented towards the core financial markets, and they don't know how to go about their career. Okay, so although it addresses the second part also, but my main focus will be on how to achieve leadership position in financial markets, because that is what this institute is all about. Okay, so I hope you guys are oriented. So let's begin the sessions. My name is Sameer Jaiswal. Those who do not know me, or who have joined my session first time, I'm the founder of Financial Market Leadership Institute. Okay, I'm also co-founder and CEO of two fintech platforms, finbingo.com and taxbuddy.com. Taxbuddy is doing pretty well these days. Last year we filed DRHP for IPO, so we have come to that stage. But in this session and even otherwise, I want to be seen, in a more informal setting as a mentor and teacher of financial markets, both for students as well as for practitioners. I have taught in several management institutes. Okay. Symbiosis SIIB, I have taught for about 15 years. I have taught financial derivatives and financial risk management. Okay. Uh, so what is our mission? Our mission is, and my personal mission is top end employability in global financial markets. When I say global, why do I say global? I will come to it in some time. So that is my institute's mission. A lot of people ask me why I registered it in UK. So I'm a pure Indian, spent a lot of time in India. I also spend a lot of time in Europe, and I want to teach students of the world. Okay, and I already do that. My first book is in master's curriculum in University of Chicago. A lot of students from Chicago connect with me, so I thought I will build a global brand. That's why we registered this in UK and not in India. Okay, why do we need such a program? So as I was saying, students I meet seem stuck. Okay, they're stuck in their career making without any credible direction. They don't have a clue on achieving leadership positions. So everybody wants to make a very good career out of financial markets. And guess what? Financial markets has tremendous opportunities where you can actually start getting very good salaries. You can build a very good career, as I have done for myself. Uh, but a lot of students are not able to achieve this kind of position, and they don't have any mentors. They are generally confused, and they seem to be directionless. Okay, I will take one or two examples. So yesterday only someone called me and asked me if if it is good to do a course on currency derivatives. Okay, now I had to explain to the student that and miraculously this was a second call about currency derivatives. About a month back somebody else had called me. I don't know where they got a clue from about currency derivatives, but I told both of them not to do a program in currency derivatives, simply because you will not be able to get a job on currency derivatives. Okay, why? Simply because brokerage firms, when they come to college campuses or when you apply, they will not consider you for currency derivatives. The openings are very less. So a lot of students ask me about investment banking. Okay, so how to make a career in investment banking? Now I tell them that investment banking jobs normally seem to go to grade A institutions. I am Ahmedabad, I am Calcutta, to some extent Bangalore and Lucknow also. But a lot of investment banking jobs, they come to your campus, but they don't call themselves as investment banking jobs. For example, they may come as equity sales job or debt sales job. Okay. So investment banking roles actually are called in various forms. So you can also get into investment banking practice through equity research or through equity valuation. So there are lot of routes through which you can get into investment banking. These jobs may not be called investment banking jobs. So please, when it comes, you can share the JD with me also, and then we can decide whether you need to participate. So, one thing really hit me just about 2 3 days back. I wanted to open my company's account in one of the private banks. Okay, and the guy came to my home to collect all the documents, etc., to take the signature on some documents on the account opening forms, and he was also carrying a tab, okay, using which he was doing data entry. Now, I have a lot of interest in financial markets and especially careers in financial markets. So I struck up a conversation with him, and he told me that he has done his MBA. I will not name the college, about 3 years back. Okay, and look at the job that he is doing. He's just picking documents from home, doing data entry and opening account opening form. I mean, opening accounts. Okay, and even in the whole process of account opening, there were at least 3 4 people involved, but he was very low down in the job value chain. Now, it really, it made me feel bad. It made me feel bad because I stand for senior level jobs, and I don't know how, he will be in a position to pull out from this kind of a role uh, in the career that he has started. So I have put an image in front of you. This is of a delivery guy. uh, this job in this bank is not very different from a Swiggy or Zomato delivery guy, really. Okay, and so should you actually aim for this kind of a job? Obviously not. But the tragedy is that there are millions of jobs like this. Okay, so if you do not focus right now, everybody will eventually get a job, but the quality of job will matter. Okay, and that is the reason why we need such a program. So we have a lot of experience. I have a lot of experience, and I can help you in mastering financial markets. Okay, inculcating leadership values. So a lot of students, when I talk about leadership in financial markets, students ask me, what do you mean by leadership? So today itself, we will go through and we will understand what is leadership values in financial markets. And when I say leadership, what does it mean? Okay. Uh, there are very defined ways and means in which you can inculcate leadership values, and you can actually walk this path of leadership and then stake claims for very senior level positions in financial markets and even get them. Maybe, if not initially, then at least after 2 3 years of experience, your bosses will immediately come to know about your skills and you will get promoted. Okay. I can also help you in sharpening your approach from a careers perspective and help this employability battle. Again, I'm not saying employment battle because everybody will get employment. Okay. Don't worry about jobs. There are enough number of jobs everywhere. The problem is right kind of jobs. Okay, there are more than enough opportunities out there. You just need to harvest them, and you should know how to harvest them. So what will we cover in these sessions? So in these sessions we will cover the whole gamut of financial markets. Uh, when I talk to students, I see that they do not understand the whole big picture of financial markets. So they keep focusing on one very small domain of financial markets. So they will either keep on focusing on equity research without realizing that they may not be able to sit for interviews for equity research because the job openings are very less. Okay, or they want to get into investment banking, but they don't know exactly what to prepare and how to prepare for an investment banking role. Okay, a lot of students I meet, about 80% of them are very trading focused. I will explain to you how, in this session itself, how trading itself is a problem. I mean, everybody should have aspiration of trading, but how many openings are there? Students are not even oriented to how many different types of tradings are there. There are at least 2 3 different types of tradings, and if you do not understand these 2 3 different types, then you will mess up with your career. Okay, because some trading jobs are really very low end. I will explain to you what leadership in financial market means. Okay. And I will also help you understand and discover what you should do. What is your own inner potential? Okay. In the courses that I run, I help students meet their inner potential. So I feel that, everybody who has come to do their MBA or already working has a minimum amount of potential. And the only thing is, he has not met his potential. The day you meet your potential, sky will be the limit. Okay. How to prepare for placements, that is what we'll cover. And how to become a leader in financial markets. The leadership aspects we will cover today itself. Okay. It's my life mission to help students like you achieve financial market leadership. What is the syllabus of this program going to be? So in these sessions, we will understand the problem. Okay, what problem students are going through. We will understand each other. Uh, I think I know a lot of your problems already because I have been in this domain for about 20 years now. But every interaction actually increases each other's knowledge. We will understand about the whole organization of financial markets, how they are organized. So when we talk of investment banking, how is it related to portfolio management? How is it related to capital market? How is trading or algo trading related to capital market? Which areas you should focus on? Which areas you should not focus on? Where are the job opportunities? Where are job opportunities very less? So these are the things we will understand in the organization of financial markets. Okay. Buy side and sell side we will understand in detail, because again I see students having very poor orientation about the market, and they do not focus sufficiently on the sell side where there are maximum job opportunities. So we will cover that. We will understand what leadership in financial market means, because that is what we stand for. Okay, we will understand in detail the domain of trading, exchanges, brokerages, etc., and also understand the job descriptions and roles. Okay, we will break some myths around these job roles, which are good, which are bad, etc. And we will also discuss some courses, exams, and playbook to financial market leadership. I mean, what should you be doing? If you're in second year, what you should be doing exactly? If you're in first year, then you have a 1 year roadmap. So how you can make the whole 1 year roadmap useful by using the power of compounding that we talk about. Okay. Session outline today will be introduction, the vision and mission that I just covered. We will try and define the problem. Okay, what is the problem? And especially students' orientation problem, because again and again, when I go to interviews to recruit students in management colleges or when they come to my office, they carry a typical problem. If you do not understand this, then you will be in a problem. Okay. And if you understand this well, then you can address it very well. And then you become highly employable and you get into leadership level. And today's session, we will also understand what leadership in financial market means. Okay. And how, when somebody comes to talk to me for 5 minutes, I understand where he or she stands in the leadership continuum as far as financial markets is concerned. Okay. It's our job. We interview a lot of people, students, etc. I teach a lot of students. I directly head my fintech company, and I have worked for 20 years in capital markets and capital market technology. So I know. In the next session, we will try to understand the syllabus of financial markets, what you should be doing, what you should not be doing, how capital market is the central theme of everything, and how you should focus on capital market. Some can also focus on banking, depending on your own, interest areas. Okay, although we will focus more on capital markets. Then we will discuss a lot on trading and exchanges. Exchanges is one area which is very, very important, but students don't focus there. So students focus on trading, but they don't focus on brokerages and they don't focus on exchanges. And guess what? The maximum employment opportunities in financial markets is in the capital market domain, okay, especially on the brokerage side and the sell side, which we will see. And students, just because they are very trading focused, they only focus on the buy side. And this creates a huge mismatch. Okay. Then in the next session, we will also see prop trading and client trading. Now, why this is important? Because a lot of students come to me and say, I want to become a trader. And, becoming a prop trader is very good. It is very high on the trading value chain as compared to trading for clients. Okay. But there is a problem. It involves a lot of capital, And I'm sure a lot of you have not tested your. One problem these days that I see with students is, uh, I hope you understand that markets in the last 2 years have been completely on the upside. So everyone thinks that they understand investing, whereas they don't understand that it's a one-way market that we have seen in the last 2 years. Own views and experience on why students are not able to crack derivatives. So what happens is 6 months you study derivatives, but you're not able to answer questions in the interview because the interviewer understands that you only understand trading and payoff diagrams and to some extent Greeks, but that is not sufficient. That is only 30% of derivatives. So what to do more, we will cover in the third session. So student, who is the target audience for this, and especially who is not. So let me first cover who's not a target audience. So if you're one of them, you can drop off. So for example, this session is not for people who want to get into banking per se, and especially banking sales, lending, project appraisals, okay, project reports, etc. They are very much part of finance, corporate finance, but we are not about corporate finance. Okay, we are not about banking in general. There are better people who can help you with it. Okay, we are very, very core capital market professional, investment banking, merchant banking people. Insurance, we are not about insurance. Okay, although financial markets are very interconnected and knowledge does not go waste, but if you want to pursue a career in insurance, I can help you with other courses, okay, and other places which will be of more help to you. Okay, uh, fintech part of it. So fintech, I divide fintech into three kinds of platforms. Okay, one is those give loans, second is investment both in stocks and mutual fund. For example, Grow, Kuvera, our own FinBingo, and there are many others as well, Zerodha, etc. So I'm highly relevant for those, but I'm not relevant for policy bazaar kind of fintech. Okay, so if you are looking for insurance, banking, etc., perhaps this webinar is not for you. This seminar is not for you. Even our courses are not for you. I believe that there are better guys for these roles, and we believe you should train from the best. Okay, because you have only one opportunity to make a career. So, who are these programs for? Okay, so very high top in the line is all jobs in capital markets. Okay, so brokerages, equities, commodities, currency, etc. Investment and merchant banking, if you want to get into any of these areas, we are highly relevant. Trading in equities and derivatives, we are master in derivatives, okay, and also in equities, we are masters in capital markets. The whole business of brokerage, financial market infrastructure, which means brokerages, exchanges, custodians, clearing members, depository participants. We are perhaps best in the world for it. So if you want to make a career there, then this program is highly relevant, and our courses are also highly relevant. If you want to get into risk and surveillance of capital markets, yes. If you want to get into risk on the banking side and on the FX side or on credit risk, then perhaps FRM program is better for you from Global Association of Risk Professionals. Okay, so when we talk of risk, the applications are very wide. So you, depending on your interest, you have to pick very carefully. Because I, receive a lot of calls at the end of the placement session on, there is a bank coming and I want to understand credit risk. What should I do? Now, you can, of course, acquaint yourself on credit risk in 1 day's time. There are only 4 important numbers in credit risk. Okay. If you understand them well, then perhaps you can walk through your interview, but you cannot build a career by just 1 day of preparation. So what to do exactly, you need to understand and you need to walk that roadmap. Okay. Settlement on equities and derivatives. We are highly settlement focused also because we see that there is a huge mismatch. Students only cover trading, they don't cover risk and settlements. And when they talk to brokerage houses or potential employers, then then they are exposed basically. They go through imposter syndrome. Okay. Asset management, hedge fund, tech companies and as domain expert, very, very big employer. Lot of large companies like Wipro, Infosys, Cognizant, Accenture, Capgemini, etc. They do a lot of recruitment of domain experts. So we are very, very highly relevant for them. TCS, we are highly relevant for them. for such students who want to get into as domain experts and business analysts for tech companies. Okay. Fintech companies, we are highly relevant for investment and investment both in mutual funds and stock side. If you want to become an equity research analyst, we are highly relevant. Algo trading, portfolio management, asset management, uh, tech companies as domain expert. Sorry, it's repeated. Uh, Treasury and dealing room, any or all applications of the above, which means BPO, KPO, technology, etc. Please stick around in this session. It will really help you. Okay. Our methodology in these sessions, we will follow no one knows anything. Okay. So I also believe that everybody is always learning. If you don't believe in this, then there is a problem. I sit in so many meetings in my companies where I tell them blankly that I don't know anything about what you are discussing. So please first appraise me. Okay, give me a context. If I have questions, I just raise my hand. There's no harm in asking. Okay. In fact, if you ask, then others will also benefit. You will also learn as much as from others' answers to others question as much as you learn from your from the main content. Okay. And so please make it participative. If you want to ask, you can put your question on chat and I will take it up and I will answer. Okay. So let's first come to the problem. I have been going to campuses a lot to recruit for own company, to recruit for others, because I have a lot of recruitment experience. A lot of banks, financial institutions, they ask me to recruit on their behalf. So I visit campuses for them and for my own company as well. I have, I think that we are going through some problems. Okay, several problems. So first is, poor quality jobs. What do poor quality jobs mean? I see that there is a trend where a lot of sales jobs are coming to MBA finance people. Okay. And have you seen this, guys? Please say yes if you have seen in your campuses sales jobs coming in internship as well as for final placements. Okay. So they will come and they will ask you to sell insurance or they will ask you to sell credit cards or demat account. Okay. This is a very big problem that we have to counter. Okay. And why this comes also is very, very important to understand. It's because employers have lost trust in financial market students. Okay. And in MBA colleges as well. They have lost trust. And so I speak to a lot of HR guys. They say, boss, job mil raha na, yahi bahut hai. Now imagine. Okay. Alekhya says, yes, sir, sales jobs more compared to others in placement. So this is a very big problem. And I also, while I blame the companies, I also put a lot of onus on the students to come out of this because you do not prepare yourself to sharpen yourself. So the HR people think that, they are doing some kind of a favor to you by offering sales jobs. At least jobs so they are giving. Okay. I think this is the biggest fraud perpetrated on MBA finance graduates and MBA finance students. Okay. Quality of employment is certainly a problem. So I have seen a lot of students come out, they do their BTech, they come out from companies like TCS, Infosys, etc., ICICI, SBI, and then they get on to do their MBA, thinking that it will elevate their quality of employment. They think, 2 years they keep thinking about the image on the left that I have put, that they will become some kind of an analyst or a portfolio manager or asset manager. They will sit on the portfolio desk or trading desk of a hedge fund and send orders to brokers, okay, and get them executed. But actually, the kind of jobs that they land up is something which is depicted on the picture on the right, okay, where they end up in a domestic brokerage house, taking orders, doing trading, but taking orders from the customer. And what is the problem in taking orders from the customer? It is the customer who decides what to trade. You don't decide. You just execute the order. And even that is now being drastically changed through algo trading and DMA, etc. So if you don't understand the business of DMA, algo, etc., then you are in a problem. Okay, you will be aspiring for a trading job and you will get a very poor quality trading job. So the second problem that I see with most students is that they have very poor aspirations and expectations. Okay, they have very poor expectations from themselves. Now, Guys, when we were doing our MBA, I think I interact with a lot of students, and I can tell this confidently that we were much better prepared when we were of your age, with very little information than what students these days are. Okay, they have poor orientation and their preparedness is also very less. I think you are just drowning in information and not actually building knowledge. Okay, which is the core. So you have to pick up a core. For example, capital markets is core. Okay, you have to pick up capital market and you have to keep on building on capital markets. Okay, you have to keep adding skills around capital market. You cannot just be trading focused and hope to get a job. Okay, so this kind of poor aspirations, I see people suffering. Okay, please be honest. If you are suffering from any of these, you can just if you want to talk about it, you can put on chat. I also see that you do not also get quality of advice or guidance these days as we used to get. Okay. Now, this problem I have also tried to explain in these three pictures. So first, on the leftmost is a pilot. You can, if you want to join aviation industry, you can either become a pilot, which is on leftmost. You can become a flight engineer and sit behind the pilot and help in calculation and engineering related aspects, or sit in a work for Boeing or Airbus, etc., or sit in a hangar and work for any airline in the engineering domain. Okay, and the third, again, a job in the aviation sector, you can become a cabin crew. Now, skills and orientation that you pick up now is the most important determinant of what you will be doing 3, 5, or 10 years down the line. Will you be in a 1 crore plus salary bracket, or whether you will be in 20, 30 lakh salary bracket, okay, after 5 years or after 8 years? Uh, is very, very dependent on the steps that you take right now. So, do you really want to become a cabin crew or you want to become a pilot? Now, every role is critical. I'm not trying to demean a cabin crew's role, but every student has certain aspirations. And then, if you don't work according to those aspirations, okay, then you will fall, and you will fall where it will become very difficult for you to, even come up. So, for example, I have used the picture of Deutsche Bank trading floor here in Germany. I have been to this trading floor. Thousands of people sit on this trading floor. Okay. You know what is the problem when you look at this kind of trading floor? There are algo traders on this trading floor who will make, approximately 3, 4 million US dollars in salaries. And if you read books on trading, you will understand that algo traders, successful ones, star algo traders, even makes up to 70, 75 millions of dollars in bonuses every year. Okay. They sit on the same trading floor. Then there will be one John the accountant who will make a salary of 5,000, 50,000 USD per annum with no bonus. Okay. And both these guys will wear a suit and sit on the same floor. And you will not be able to distinguish who's the person who's making $100,000 per annum and who's making $70 million per annum. They will all look the same. Okay. And this is the problem these days in financial institutions. If you want to join Citibank, Deutsche, I mean, there are whole lot of job roles, right from opening bank accounts, okay, to managing millions and billions of dollars in their trading account. So depending on what you want to take, you have to prepare and you have to orient yourself. Okay. So investment banking jobs, for example, median salary is $300,000 per annum. These are US salaries. These are not relevant for India, but top institutions in India also pay a lot. Okay. So again, I reiterate that we are a leadership institute and we only focus on top end jobs. So I have only listed top 10 jobs, which according to me are most relevant, okay, for what we do, the quality of courses, etc., the accelerator program that we run. There are, of course, very low end jobs like product sales or insurance sales or credit card sales that will net you much lesser. Okay, but I think that if you have got onto MBA in finance, or if you are already working, everybody wants to get a good job. So the same problem I have contextualized in the financial market domain for you to have better understanding. So on the leftmost is TC Cunningham, okay, which is who is ex-president of New York Stock Exchange. Then in the middle there is a stock trader trading in a brokerage house, and on rightmost there is somebody who's selling loans at a dealership. Now, again, no job is big or small, okay? But uh, you can make out that some jobs are much better than other jobs, right? So it purely depends on your aspirations, how you prepare, and how you approach financial markets, okay? Now, I come to third problem, which I see with students these days. Not only are they not aspirational, they don't have the right kind of mindset. Now, what is this right kind of mindset? Believe me, even when I was doing my MBA, I did not understand this. But when I got my first job, that is the moment I started understanding what is this particular problem. Okay, and there is no industry terminology to it. There is no word for it. So I have, in absence of a word, written something as creator versus runner mindset. You will not find this in any book, etc. I'm purely talking from my own personal experience. So what is this creator versus runner kind of mindset that I'm talking about? So there are when an institution is being created, okay, so for example, in the last 5 years, IDFC Bank got created. Lot of different IPOs are coming, companies are getting created, startups are getting created. Okay, so the professionals who design or create these institutions and design these institutions are actually in thousands. Okay, you can count them on in an Excel sheet. Okay, so when IDFC Bank was being created, Mr. Vaidyanathan, along with other co-founders, okay, they came together. Then they perhaps recruited 20-25 people around them, okay, who used to take all the product design decisions, policy decisions, the legal framework, etc. And then they start running the bank. They start running the financial institution. Okay, when I was your age, then CDSL was being created. So I used to interact with CDSL a lot during that stage, and they were hiring professionals. They created a committee where even I was a part of the committee. So things when they get created, when Aegon Religare was being created, which is today Aegon Life Insurance. It was originally created as Aegon Religare Life Insurance, and I was part of Religare that time. And so I was, the first 10 people involved in creating that institution. So, there is a mindset that you need to have to become a creator, okay, and to lead these institutions. So there will be only, hundreds of people who will create institutions, design institutions, and then thousands of people who will lead these institutions, okay. Then there will be tens of thousands of people who will run these institutions, okay. And then there will be tens of thousands and lakhs of employees who will actually work for people who will run these institutions. Okay, so I hope you have got this. Please say yes on chat if you have got what I'm trying to say. So the whole thing is whether you want to create something from scratch, and whether you are very early in the game to join others in their creation journey, or whether you want to join an institution like ICICI, where you will be perhaps the third 3 lakh employee, okay, and you will join some kind of a support role or a product development role, or a things where you will hardly create anything, okay. So it is FFLI's mission to pull you as much as possible inside the core. So the kind of discussions that we do when we run our accelerator programs, when we run our courses, we encourage you and we orient you to wear a creator's hat. We see the same problem from different angles. Okay. So for example, if we talk about insider trading, I hope all of you know what is insider trading. If you don't know, please put on chat. I will explain to you. But if we talk of insider trading, then leaders will actually try to understand what are the motivations and why things happen from a brokerage point of view, from a trader's point of view, from technology point of view, from client's point of view. Okay. Insider trading is when you trade on some knowledge or information which only you know or your company knows. Okay. So for example, if you are working for a tech firm, okay, if you're working for a tech firm, and you know that you will be acquiring another smaller company, and you go ahead, and this information is not yet public, okay, and you go ahead and buy shares of this smaller company, and then when your CFO or your senior management announces this takeover, then the prices go up. So when you trade on the basis of unpublished sensitive information, it is called unpublished sensitive information, then you are guilty of doing insider trading. Okay, there is something called as front running also. Front running is when you are a trader and when you get a large order and you execute it even before you put the orders for your customer. Okay, then it hits the order book first and gets you better prices than your customer. So you have actually made profit at the expense of your customer. Now, if you want to get into leadership roles, insider trading, okay, and front running, they are two very important subjects. And so we spend, good hours together discussing these problems and how the whole business of algos have come forward, and the whole business of DMA, which is direct market access, that has come together to circumvent these kind of problems. Okay, so if you have this kind of knowledge, if you are armed with this kind of awareness and knowledge, then you can pitch for senior roles. The moment you sit for your interviews and talk about these kind of problems and how it can be circumvented, how they are nuisance, in the last 1 year, I think 2 or 3 institutions SEBI has caught for insider trading as well as for front running. So you go through those case studies to understand what happened, etc. That arms you with true leadership knowledge. Okay, that arms you with true leadership skills, not trying to understand one small algo and what it does, etc. उससे help नहीं होगा. That is too small a domain. Okay, your problem, I think, is that you do not understand what to go through and what to not. So I hope you have understood this creator versus others. Okay, now one very big problem that I also see with students, and also film made, I'm not recollecting the name of the film, where one trader, went to a golf course and he became a golf caddy, okay, a golf assistant to uh, two business giants, okay, two people who had very large companies, and he heard what they were talking about. And then he understood, which stocks to buy and which to sell, etc. And he came back and he transacted. And eventually he became very rich. Okay, so if you trade from such kind of information which is unpublished, you will be punished. Okay, SEBI will catch you. Insider trading is a very big subject. Or front running is a very big subject. That is the reason why you are not allowed to take phone inside the trading room, dealing room. Okay. Okay, Abdul, thank you. Wolves of Wall Street. Yes, film name is Wolf of Wall Street. So, insider trading and something like front running is a philosophy by itself. And my suggestion is, if you are not coming to our program, just spend one day, half a day on each of these topics. Watch some YouTube videos, go through SEBI's website, read the SEBI's judgment, what arguments they did to defend themselves, what arguments SEBI did or SEBI took to actually prosecute them, etc. What is the definition of who is an insider? Incidentally, SEBI's definition of who is an insider is also very big. Okay, so you need to understand who is an insider and who is not. Now, coming to one of the main problems, okay, is students do not quite understand the concept of leadership when contextualized, okay, in the context of financial markets. Now, this part is very important. If you understand this part, then I'm sure you will be very highly aligned to me in the 1 or 2 years that you have. Okay, industry makes you a cog in the wheel. Industry, if you see financial markets, if you go, I mean, I used to take, in my first job, I used to take a local from Goregaon to Churchgate. It's too mechanical. You get down at Churchgate station and, there are thousands of people walking by your side, going to Dalal Street, okay, which is Fort area. These days it is Bandra Kurla complex. A lot of it now, a lot of transaction, most of it happens electronically. So people are not, coming physically to exchanges or to the brokerage houses. A lot of work from home, etc. is there. But concepts have not changed. Okay, concepts have not changed. So if you if you are just like others, you will become a cog in the wheel. Okay. Uh, I created FMLI so that we can become an antidote to the cog in the wheel problem, and how we can stand out completely as compared to our peers, as compared to other youngsters, and how we can get good jobs and rapid promotions, etc. And that can only happen, okay, if you rewire yourself. And as I say, you have to think as a creator and not as a consumer. Okay. So you can either become a consumer of something which others are giving. So I become a consumer of ICICI Bank when I open an account with them. But when I create my own fintech, I become a creator. Okay. When I create my own app, I become a creator. When I create my own matching platform, I become a creator. So you have to think like a creator. Okay. Uh, I was lucky that my first job actually reoriented my thought process. I would not say reoriented because I worked like a creator even before that. And that is why that matching also happened. They were very happy to have a student like me. But most of the students I meet, they think as consumers, they don't think as creators. Okay. So if you are in a top institute, okay, you only need to start thinking as a creator. And if you understand what I'm going to tell you in the next 15-20 minutes, I am sure you will orient yourself to me. You will be present there in all the webinars, etc. that I do. Okay. So, what does leadership mean in the context of financial markets? If you are able to see my screen, you can go through it. I will also explain to you, but hear me out, and you will understand the difference. Okay. I have, when I talk of leadership, to be able to, it's a complex process. It's not something that can be easily talked about. But I thought I will give you some examples so that you can understand. Okay, and then once you understand this, then I'm sure you will understand the difference of that various job offers, and you will then be oriented towards me to rewire yourself and become a creator yourself, or work like a creator even in the organization where you are taking up a job. Okay. So I have prepared a table where I have created three columns. Okay. In the leftmost is skills that everybody will pick up. Okay. Eventually everybody will pick up. So after your 2 years of MBA and 3, 4, 5 years of job, you will understand what is on the leftmost. Then there are certain managerial skills, okay, which are highly in demand. Managers have it, and if you want to become a manager, you should also have it. But there is a third category which is leadership skills, okay, which only creators have. And if you have and develop this kind of a mindset, then you will be very, very different from all other candidates. Okay. And you will get spotted in every interview, and you will pass every interviews that you attend in your life. Okay. It has happened to me. So, in the field of trading and trading infrastructure, let us take some examples. So, first example is any runner, okay, or skill everybody picks up will be able to understand the importance of price. Okay, so we trade on exchanges, we trade on commodity markets, in the bullion market, bitcoins, etc. We understand the importance of price, how it goes up, goes down. Some people do swing trading, some people do technical analysis. Okay, so we all understand price mechanics, etc. How price is formed in the exchange. We all understand. Managers will also understand the price discovery process. Okay, how traders arrive at price. So how market makers work, how price quotations are made, how they are made more fine tuned. Okay, how some traders are ahead of market in terms of price, some traders are behind the price, and the how the whole price discovery process takes place. Okay, we cover this in our trading and capital market program. But the leaders will also be able to create systems for efficient price discovery. What does this mean? It means that you can go ahead and you can help creation of exchanges, you can help creation of price discovery platforms, order book, fintech. Okay. And when I say, create systems for efficient price discovery, it doesn't only mean price. Ola and Uber will have this kind of matching platform where they will match cabs with people who are demanding cabs. Okay, and also the payouts that they make to drivers. So they will try to they will try to match where there is minimum waiting time, there is maximum payout to drivers. The average payout to one driver should not be very high. away from the average, etc. So there are a lot of system science, logic, economics, etc. that is built into creating a efficient price discovery platform. Okay, and all stock exchanges actually have them. So leaders will actually understand this. Leader will be able to go ahead and create these kind of exchanges and create this kind of infrastructure. Okay, I was reading in newspaper that government of India is deciding to create a exchange for coal trading. There is already an exchange for power trading. There is already an exchange for commodity and bullion trading. So who are the people who go ahead and create these exchanges? Or you are a youngster, you can provide consulting to these exchanges when they are being created, etc. If you are a leader, you can do. Okay, if you are just a follower, you will follow the prices. You will try to put in trades. You will try to do some kind of swing trading, etc., and call yourself a trader. Okay. Then in the second example, everybody knows how to work on an app for trading. Okay, managers will know the whole process of trading, risk, and settlement. The leaders or creators will actually go ahead and help in creation of exchanges, brokerages, clearing corporation, depository. They will know the whole value chain. Okay, and they will be able to contribute in each of these areas. Okay, everybody can trade on indices, but managers will also be able to calculate the indexes. They can come up with new indexes, etc. But leaders will actually come up with new indexes or sit on index construction committee or maintenance committee, or be portfolio managers who will use those indices for their own hedging or for their own trading and risk management, etc. Everybody understands market liquidity. Okay, but managers or good traders will be able to calculate the impact cost for every transaction, wait, or use appropriate algos to push their orders in an appropriate time when there is sufficient liquidity or the impact cost is not very high. But what will leaders do? They will go ahead and create market mechanisms to lower impact costs for all traders. I mean, even I have done this. I know these things are very, very doable. The only thing is you should be able to understand what is the problem and how to solve. Now, guys, one very important proposition that I have in my future slide also, but it's apt here, so I will tell you. I see that financial markets are made as Lego building blocks. All of you know about Lego. Please say yes if you understand. So these financial market Legos are actually a solution to problems. Okay, and they come in highly templated form. So you can just pick up and you can solve one problem. You can pick up a Lego, solve one problem, pick up a Lego, solve one problem. So for example, price discovery is a problem where which can have many use cases. So if you understand how price discovery is done, then you can just pick up that and you can implement it in wherever you are building. Okay, so if you are building a platform like Book My Show, or anywhere, Amazon, or any stock exchange, coal exchange, you can put a price discovery. You can create a price discovery algorithm and put the tool there. Okay, everybody is able to identify high bid offer spread, but only managers are able to profit in an environment of high bid offer spreads. And leaders or creators will go ahead and create market mechanisms to actually lower bid offer spreads. Okay, these are things that we take up a lot in our trading and capital market program. Okay, similarly, skills that everyone picks up knows option trading and strategy. So everybody who is in financial market trading options will know about option trading and strategies. But who are managers? Managers are people who will calculate risk, understand settlement of options. They can make out from the trends of open positions, how open positions have shifted from one strike to another, how open positions are shifting from one expiry to another. So these are things managers are able to understand clearly. But who are creators and leaders? Creators are leaders who will create where options can be traded and settled in a riskless way. Okay, option trading is extremely complicated. The risk management is extremely complicated. So these are guys who can very well confidently build up exchanges, platforms, trading systems, risk management systems, surveillance systems, etc. I have some very interesting stories on options risk management. When I was a youngster of your age, that time, year 2000, options was launched in India, and I was one of the first guys to do the first conference on options and derivatives. It was not on option, it was on derivatives per se. And it was fairly successful because that time nobody knew how options were traded, and more importantly, how risk was calculated and how it was settled. So everybody will know how to avoid insider trading. Okay, managers will be able to defend charges or able to investigate. You will be able to join SEBI, etc. To find out really if or join a forensic team to find out whether insider trading or front running happened or not. But leaders, what will they do? They will create a market where insider trading can be completely avoided or front running can be completely avoided. For example, using direct market access. So direct market access is not new in India. It has been happening for last 15 years. But if you have not heard about it, then there is a problem. Okay. Most of the foreign institutional investors, they come through brokerages in India through direct market access. And if you're not able to talk this language in your interview, and if you're able to talk, then there is a huge difference. I mean, you answer one question on this and you get recruited simply because the recruiter knows where you stand. Okay. Everybody can rely on 5 best quote available. When you query the exchange system, you see that there is a bid offer spread order book where you see the best 5 quotes available. But managers will actually build algos and they will demand to see the full market depth. Okay, you can pay the exchange and you can get, it's called tick by tick data. But leaders will actually create order books not only for exchanges but for other use cases. For example, sports betting, although it is illegal, I have written here, but betting is allowed in certain. Okay, so are you able to understand how you can become different from everybody else just by orienting yourself properly and thinking like a creator? uh, Same one thing. Okay, for example, order matching in exchanges. If we see from 4 or 5 different perspectives, okay, then you will be easily able to understand what's happening, how to go ahead. I mean, today, supposing I send you to New York Stock Exchange, or New York Stock Exchange to बहुत liquid hai, but today if I send you to say an exchange in an African country, say Ghana Mercantile Exchange, and I ask you to report on the liquidity, okay, or the bid offer spreads, what is it exactly that you're going to calculate? Do you understand? Or do you understand how, building a liquid market is one thing, but are you able to understand or differentiate between two markets and come out with a paper on how liquid a particular market is? That is more important, and that is what takes you to leadership, okay? Everybody will profit from market fluctuation. Managers will be able to use algo trading in their trading systems. Okay, leaders or creators will be able to write their own algos and lead a team of algo developers. Okay, these are very normal requirements with investment banks like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, etc. Okay, UBS. Everybody will be able to buy algo trading software for their organization, but only managers will be able to create algo infrastructure for the whole organization. Okay, I have done that earlier. So in brokerage houses, I have created whole algo trading infrastructure. But who are leaders? Leaders will actually create it at exchange level, or the whole market level, where every broker can connect through their own algos and use the marketplace to their advantage. Okay. So similarly, I have contextualized to this to risk and settlement. It's already 8 o'clock. I had only booked 1 hour of your time, but I will complete this in about 5-10 minutes, and then we will close for the next session. Okay. Similarly, examples in risk and settlement, skill that everybody will pick up. Everybody will eventually understand margins and why it is important. Okay. Managers will also be able to calculate margins. So have you heard about initial margin, mark to market margin, ad hoc margin? And have you heard about SPAN as a methodology? SPAN is an algorithm of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, which every exchange in the world, derivative exchange in the world uses, including NSE and BSC. So SPAN, simulates all the derivative positions. It calculates 16 scenarios. It's a fairly, I won't say complicated, but extremely logical bit. but it's important for you to understand if you want to become a leader in financial markets. Okay, अगर आपने सुना ही नहीं है तो कैसे चलेगा? I know once you go through this program in derivatives, you will only retain 30%, but that 30% will be enough for you to actually read again and come to speed if demanded. So if you actually land up a job in a brokerage firm or in a derivative desk, then you can again come to speed, and that 30% is enough for you to walk through any interviews. Okay, so if you are a leader, you will design margining systems for exchanges, clearing corporations, etc., and you can develop softwares for it, because development software is very difficult task. Okay, you have to write the specification and the edge cases to the last level. Only then a software code can be written. In technology jobs, you don't have to write code as a domain expert. You only need to provide specification. Okay, but you can only do if you understand it in detail. Then skill everyone picks up: able to trade and settle risklessly. That everybody is able to do. Managers are also able to calculate risk scenarios in a trading plan. Okay, but leaders and creators are people who will design markets where millions of traders can come together, trade, and settle without risk. In the next section, we will cover capital markets. Okay, capital markets is our core, and capital markets should be your core as well. And we will understand how leadership in capital markets can be built and what to focus on. And these are the skills that market demands, and individuals do not have. So everyone will understand commodity margining. Uh, Managers will also understand the volatility and correlation between volatility and prices, so be able to calculate risk. But creators will be able to design margining systems for global commodity markets. Okay. Everyone understands that option risk is complicated. Managers will also be able to calculate the 16 scenarios, perhaps on their Excel, or making an API call to PC span, etc. But leaders will understand global risk management models like span inside out. So you can then work in any clearing corporation, any custodian, any brokerage house, any clearing house. You can confidently walk in and crack the interviews and have a good career. Everyone will be able to reconcile margins communicated by the exchange. So at the end of the day, exchange and clearing corporation actually gives you the margin which you reconcile with your own calculations. Okay, managers will actually be able to understand the disruption in trading if margins are changed. Okay, but leaders will be creators who will create systems to ensure that nobody defaults in the market in the first place. So how do you create a system, or how do you create a market where millions of traders can come together and trade in securities that can decline up to 20% without getting, without any credit risk in the market? How do you go about it? If you know these things, then you can work in exchanges, clearing corporation, brokerages, clearing members, everywhere very confidently. Okay. Uh, Again, in risk and settlement, everybody understands why KYC is needed and why does a customer need to do KYC. Managers will perhaps work on a senior level, working with KUA, EUA, etc., who are designated intermediaries for handling KYC. But leaders will be people who will, create a mechanism for any kind of fraud avoidance. So, one is working proactively and the other is working reactively. Creators will actually work actively to avoid frauds, etc. Okay. Everybody will eventually understand the steps in settlements, but managers will actually improve settlement process dramatically in the organizations that they work for, and leaders will be able to create settlement systems from scratch, which is a very top end knowledge. Okay. So these are the some examples. I will not bore you with all the examples. Okay. NPCI, for example, has done wonders. So everybody will understand payment and settlement systems like delivery versus payment, payment versus payment, and RTGS, etc. We use RTGS, NEFT on a daily basis. But managers will be able to implement them in the bank or the financial institutions where they work. But creators will actually go ahead and create their own market-wide infrastructure. Okay, you will become Phone Pay, you will become Bharat Pay, and create their own infrastructure like NPCI has done using DVP, PVP, and RTGS, etc. Okay. One last example, skill everybody picks up: You will be able to shorten the settlement cycle. Everybody will be able to shorten the settlement cycle at their organization, or everybody will know about settlement. Managerial skills is where you implement technology and implement straight through processing so that settlement happens at the lowest possible time. But leaders will be people who will implement blockchain to remove such intermediaries and to flatten the whole settlement process itself. If you understand blockchain, you can do that very well. Uh, and this is what the future of capital markets and financial markets is going to be. Okay. Just a side note on leadership skills. These difference in skills are nuanced but very important. It is the way beyond, it is way beyond employability and rewires your way of thinking. Some people have it, some don't have. If you don't have, you can build on it. It completely changes your approach towards financial markets. Okay. And if I plant this seed in you today, this creator's hat, then and arm you and make you a master in financial markets, you can very well go ahead and lead. There is absolutely no barrier for anybody. Okay, these days the market is so huge. It starts putting you in the leadership zone that makes you not only highly employable but highly sought after as well. Okay, and these are the precise skills that market sorely demands, but youngsters lack. Okay, and why you don't, why most of the students and aspirants struggle, because this is the arsenal that market demands. Okay, which is a huge battle tank, perhaps everything automated, robotic, etc. And what you're carrying is something like a rifle or a pistol. Okay, the I would again say the difference is mental. The difference is in the way you approach financial markets. Okay, it's not, you cannot approach financial markets just by small amount of knowledge in trading and derivatives, scattered knowledge which is not interconnected, etc. Okay, it's already 8 tons, so 8:10. I will stop here. I will stop here with a question. It's a very good place to stop. Your orientation, my argument is your orientation is creating a problem. I will take this up tomorrow, not tomorrow. Okay, I will tell you the difference. Okay. So, lot of institutions are there in the market to purchase or sell securities. है ना? What are they looking for? They are looking for liquidity. Correct? So, there will be an asset management company trying to buy some securities, and perhaps there will be an investment bank trying to sell. Or there will be a mutual fund wanting to invest in a security and some retail customers trying to sell. Correct? So, there are two sides to the market. Both these sides that are trying to buy or trying to sell are actually looking for liquidity in the market. Okay, they are either trying to invest or trying to exit. Both of these fall on the buy side. Please say yes if it is clear to you. Both of these people who are, or institutions who are wanting to buy and institutions who are wanting to sell, both fall on the buy side. Then who falls on the sell side? Who falls on the sell side? There are a lot of institutions that come together to help them complete the transaction. Okay, so they will send the order to the broker. So broker becomes sell side. Okay, the broker will forward the order to the exchange and exchange will match it. So exchange becomes sell side. Research people who help them in transacting are helping them in the transaction. So they become sell side. समझ में आया? I will just take a very crude example, but with this you will understand it for your lifetime. Okay, all of you would have gone to wedding ceremonies. Correct. In wedding ceremony, there is a male and a female, husband and wife, bride and bridegroom. Okay, they have opposite genders. So one can be taken as a buyer, other can be taken as a seller. So these two guys who are actually principal in the transaction. Okay, a good marriage or bad marriage will actually impact them the most. Okay, just as prices going up and going down will actually impact the buyer and the seller and nobody else. So these two guys fall on the buy side. But there are many others. For example, band baja people, okay, caterers, the hall, okay, a lot of other guys will also be there and other parties will be there. But they are not connected to the wedding, but they are helping in the wedding process. Okay, they fall on the sell side. So all the financial institutions that come together to complete the transaction, to help these guys complete the transaction, fall on the sell side. ये क्लियर है सबको? प्लीज से yes if it is clear. I hope it was good for you. It was worthwhile. Yes, participants are buy side. It was worthwhile for you. प्लीज अटेंड ऑन ट्यूसडे वेर वी विल डिस्कस कैपिटल मार्केट इन डिटेल। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं आप लोगों का थोड़ा सा हेल्प कर दूंगा तो आप लोग बेटर ओरिएंट हो जाओगे मार्केट्स में टू टेक बेटर क्वालिटी जॉब्स। क्या पढ़ना है लोगों को वही नहीं समझ में आता। ओके, खाली के साइज, सी यू ऑन ट्यूसडे। चलो, आई एम एंडिंग दिस सेशन।